everyone. Thanks again for tuning into Sin's Workshop here on YouTube. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Alright, today we're going to be talking about, hope you're cubs. Today we're going to be talking about Novice Dragoneer by E.E. Knight. I really like this book. And I hope I have a chance to read Daughter of the Serpentine, which is the sequel to this one, on time. Publisher did give me an arc for it, and it's coming out soon, so I'm just probably gonna have to wake up. There are like 3 other books that are also coming out ahead of it that I also need to read. But now, anyway, it's a good book. I really did enjoy it. I think it was a great novel. I will say this. I listened to it as an audiobook because I was gifted an arc of the second book, and I'm not just going to read a second book by itself, like, no. So, money's tight, so I found an audiobook version on Scribd as part of my Scribd membership, so I listened to it. The pacing is not the fastest, as I would have expected. I did expect a faster paced novel, but that didn't deter me from reading it because I really did enjoy the story. It really is, it's an involved story. I mean, there is a lot that happens throughout. It's a journey, but it's not a slowly paced novel. Well, it's not a fast. It's more like a jog. You know, like if I were going to make that equivalence, it would be a jog, not a sprint, not a leisurely walk. It's a jog. Like, you're just jogging along. That's how I would say the pacing of this novel is, and that might deter some people because, I mean, it didn't deter me. I loved it. I'm just, if you want to pick it up and read it, just so you know what you're in for. The story is about Illith. She's an orphan. She has a stutter, and I think it's great that our main protagonist has a stutter. It didn't bother me listening to it at all. Whereas maybe it would have if I'd read it. Like, you probably know, excessive uses of ellipses bug the heck out of me. They really do. And I think I still would have enjoyed, because the way the author writes and the way it was read to me, I didn't really see a lot of ellipses in my head. I saw some hyphens here and there to stretch words out, but no ellipses. So I think I still would have enjoyed reading it. And like I said, I think it's great that our main protagonist has a stutter, because in some cases a stutter can be a disability because it is a speech impediment. So it does require, some people, it does require, speech therapy to get over it. And some people never get over it for their entire lives. But some people do. I mean, just look at Joe Biden. He had a stutter when he was younger. And James Earl Jones. I mean, that's Darth Vader. Come on. He had a stutter, apparently. We've never guessed in a million years that James Earl Jones had a stutter. And, by the way, he's one of my favorite top voice actors. I mean, I love him. Ooh, especially in Coming to America. I know it's not a voice acting role, but I'm looking forward to Coming to America too. Anyway, like I was saying, a stutter can be considered a disability to some, because it is very debilitating. And for Illith, it is debilitating at times, especially when she's trying to prove herself to people. A lot of times, people think she's just dumb, and she's not. She's actually super smart. She has very little education. Again, orphan, grew up in a lodge, worked on a ship, and she uses it to her advantage. People think she's slow. People think she's dumb. They make comments and insult her, but she's actually really clever. She's very strong, and she doesn't give up. And I love that about her. And that's why she is invited to be a Dragoneer after she missed the recruitment. She missed recruitment day, and she doesn't give up. She stays outside the gate for I think it's 2 weeks. She stays outside the gate, drinking rainwater, washing herself in the nearby river. She goes back, so she proves herself right from the beginning that she's capable of being a Dragoneer, and I think that that's really important for her characterization, and I think it's really good for the story because you get to see that some more. It continues throughout the narrative. It continues throughout the story, and I thought that was really good as far as the story goes. I thought it was incredibly engaging. But like I said, it's a slow, well, no, it's not a slow paced story. There's just a lot that happens because she's trying to become a Dragoneer. There's world building that's going on. You get to know the dragons. You get to know the other novices along with her. You get to know this world that she's in, but it doesn't drag down the plot. It really is smooth. It really does flow, and I do think that that's really important for the story, how it goes and how it evolves, because as the story goes on, it becomes more and more and more involved as she goes from being a novice Dragoneer to a dragon dancer to a, apprentice Dragoneer. She grows so much throughout the story, and it's impressive how she utilizes her stutter. She makes herself very strong. She uses her cleverness. She's smart, she's a really smart character, and she surprises everyone with her tenacity and her resolve and her strength and her resilience. She really does inspire a lot of them to change their way of thinking regarding her through her actions, through the things that she does. Like I said, she's a really thoughtful character. She does think about what she's doing, which is important for the narrative. She's calculating without being menacing. She's a good character. I love that about her. Now, as for the story, like I said, it's a very involved story. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I love this world that's building here. I love how we get to know what it means to be a Dragoneer and how, and how there are different sects. Lots of recording today. She gets to, the reader gets to know her world, novice Dragoneers and dragon dancers, and a lot of the times through the novel, the dragon dancers are thought less of, when they're actually really important to the dragons, because as they're dancing, they sweat, they release pheromones that make the dragons happy. They're like a happy dragon. That's probably the wrong thing to say for the dragons. They are the dragons' entertainment. They keep them happy. And some of them can become wingmen. And I think that that's really cool. But the way that they're treated in the novel, you would think that they were exotic dancers. Not that I have anything against exotic dancers. Honestly, if I could be an exotic dancer, I would. I just don't like, this may sound funny, I don't like people staring at me. And yet here I am recording. But I'm not watching you staring at me. So I guess that's my thing. Like I don't like watching people Google me. But man, exotic dancers have muscles that I want. But anyway, that is how they are thought of in this story. That's how they're compared to exotic dancers. And there's so much more than that. And I like how Ele shows, and the author, I like how they show us that, being a dragon dancer is more than just being a dragon dancer. It requires a lot of discipline and exercise and routine and making sure that the dragons are happy and Then we get to meet the apprentices. We're going into a war zone, pretty much. Illith is going into a war zone. She's becoming a hostage, a war criminal. So you get to know these other people. They're not bad actually. They're pretty nice to Illith. They treat her very nice. They give her her own little cottage. You know, they feed her, they clothe her, they treat her very well. So I like that, and I like that they give her a lot of respect as well. Um, so I like how we get to see these other people, the foreign enemy, and I like how we get to see her people. I like the contrasting nature of their cultures, but which is probably why they are at war, just their contrasting natures on culture and how they treat dragons and how they regard dragons. I think I missed a detail in the story of why they're at war. Oh, we know one's a republic, one's not a republic. There we go. One's a monarchy, one's a republic. So, there you go. That's it. But I like how we get to see them mesh and negotiate and try to work on peace. You know, peace is important. Everyone should be working towards peace. Not building walls. Talking to you, Greece. And you, United States, stop with the wall talk. Just look at the Berlin Wall. What good did that do? Sorry. Just got me a little riled up. But, you know, I think seeing people work towards peace and be respectful towards one another, it was really nice to see that in this novel. And I loved watching Illith on this journey to discover herself, because that's what she does. She is discovering her strength. She is discovering that she is powerful in her own way, even with her stutter. And I love that about her. So this really is a character-driven novel. I will say that. Once again, steady pace, steady storytelling, but it is an involved storytelling. But, you know, definitely highly recommend it. It has dragons. I love dragons. I'm planning on getting like 5 more dragon tattoos. I have one right here over my heart. You've probably seen it in other videos. And that's from a book too. I love dragons. I mean, I've got dragon jewelry. I need to wear it more often, but I have lots of dragon stuff, okay? I've got dragon lamps, dragon pen holder, dragon coasters, dragon jewelry boxes, little dragon statues everywhere. Yeah, I love dragons. So if a story is about dragons, more than likely I'm going to love it, as long as it's written well. And this was definitely written well. Highly recommend it. Can't wait to read the second book. I loved Illith as a character. I really do think she is a good character, and definitely one worth reading. So this was Novice Dragoneer by E.E. Knight. Highly recommend it. I'm going to go ahead and give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. Just because the storytelling and pacing, like, I understand it, but I can put myself in the mindset of someone a little bit less patient. And once again, you know, I did listen to it. I didn't read it, so I don't know. I probably still would have enjoyed it as much as I did, but I don't know how I would react if I had, you know, read a physical copy. So we'll discover that when I read Daughter of the Serpentine. So maybe my feelings will change. But in any case, you know, once again, Novice Dragoneer, 4.5 out of 5 stars. I include a link to purchase the book in the description below. Link does go to bookshop.org. A percentage of all proceeds do go to supporting local bookshops if you purchase on bookshop.org. Money's tight. You can listen to the audiobook version on Scribd if you have a Scribd membership, which is $9.99. Or you can check out the book from your local library. Libraries are a great resource for the community and definitely deserve our support. And on that note, I hope you will continue to support me by liking this video, subscribing to my channel, and sharing it with all your book-loving friends. Happy reading, everyone.